Alright, this is the second episode of Overlord, and this episode is centered more on the lizardmen. So if you're coming to this episode to look for Hines or anyone from Nazareth, you're going to be out of luck. This episode is focused around the lizardmen and their struggles to survive as a species and how they're going to deal with the threat that Hines just gave them. So in the beginning of the episode, we saw Zarusu's tribe, and their tribe is the Green Claw. They were discussing the impending doom that they have coming their way. Now, even though Zarusu is part of the tribe, the members of the tribe still refuse to listen to him just simply because he's a traveler. One of the priestess of the tribe points out that if you refuse to listen to someone who has knowledge, that is pretty stupid. And his brother points out that he's a wielder of one of the sacred treasures that they have in the lizard tribes, the Frost Pain, so we should listen to what he has to say. Now, Zarusu, when he finally gets to say his piece, he proposes that they actually form an alliance with the other tribes. Because if every tribe attempts to leave at the same time, there's just going to be another war is going to break out. Because there's going to be everyone really can't go the same place, and there's going to be a shortage of food. And that's pretty much what the last war is about. We then learned that once there were 7 lizard tribes: the Green Claw, the Dragon Tusk, Red Eye, Small Fang, Razor Tail, Yellow Speckle, and Sharp Edge. And during the last war, the Dragon Tusk and Red Eye, they were neutral, so they stayed completely out of it. But the Green Claw, Razor Tail, and Small Fang, they teamed up and formed an alliance against the Yellow Speckle and Sharp Edge. Now, during the war, the Green Claw tribe in this alliance had actually won, so the Yellow Speckle and the Sharp Edge lost, and they had to become a part of the Dragon Tusk tribe. Now, after Zarusu proposed the idea of teaming up with the other tribes, some of the members didn't agree that he should be the one to go do it. They didn't want to put their faith in a traveler's hand. But Zarusu then rebutted them by saying if they won't listen to a traveler, then they're not worth listening to at all. So that's how he got them on his side to actually let him go and do this mission on his own. Now, after the meeting, Zarusu goes to feed his pet Hydra. While he's feeding his pet, his brother shows up and gives him some support for his mission. Pretty much telling him, I believe in you, you're gonna get this done. But also telling him that I regret sending you since you're my little brother. Upon reaching the Red Tribe village, Zarusu falls in love with Crutch, the Red Eye village chieftain. He fell in love with her at first sight too. It's like the moment he saw her, he just spazzed all the way out. And right away he asked her, will you marry me? And that threw her completely off. Like, that was a nice comedy moment. But he quickly discusses the situation that they are in, and he convinces her to join the alliance that he's trying to form. Then after that, we learned that during the last war, that the Red Eyes, they resorted to cannibalism to survive. Now, everyone didn't really agree to it. Their last chieftain kind of tricked them into doing it. But he really had no other choice. And after they revolted against him, he was actually happy that they did. Zarusu, Crush, and his Hydra head towards the Dragon Tusk tribe to meet their chieftain. Now, once Zenburu comes out, he challenges Zarusu to a duel. He says he can only trust the strong. So he wants to test Zarusu's might in fighting. So this episode is only building up my anticipation for what's going to happen in the future even more. At first, I thought the lizard man was going to be this throwaway race of just demi-humans for stepping stones as Nazareth. But trust me, they're really not going to be this. And I just grew to like them more and more as I read the light novel. And watching this episode really made me think that, because they each have their own struggles and dilemmas that they have to deal with. And during this episode, we finally got to see Zarusu's Hydra. He's even bigger than I thought. His name is Roro, something like that. I know I can't pronounce it too well, so I'm just going to stick to calling him the Hydra. I would just call him Roro for the fun of it, since I think that's actually a cool nickname for something as big as him. Now, also, the voice actor for Crush was like on point. It was exactly how I imagined it to be. Now, I know the light novels have the voice discs where you can actually listen to them while they're talking and all that. I don't listen to those, so I really never got an idea of how the voice actors will sound. And Zenburu, at first, I didn't think he sounded like he should have sounded, but the more I listen to it, he actually sounds like he has experience in battle. He has that nice gruff voice. I expected it to be deeper at first, but I realized that this is actually a nice voice for him, since he loves to fight. And also, if you notice on Zenburu's chest, he has a traveler symbol as well. But he's actually the chieftain of his tribe. So this shows that the Dragontusk tribe actually rewards strength above anything in their tribe. So you can either take that as a good thing or a bad thing, depending on the type of person you are. But not much really happened in this episode action-wise. We just got a lot of info on the Lizardman tribe, and that was pretty much it. But don't worry, next episode is looking great for people who love action, because they're going to start off with the door. Now, if I'm remembering correctly, I remember in that chapter in a light novel, it's volume 4, I know that was a pretty ferocious duel. I think Zarutsu uses the frost pain in that battle. He should. I mean, he's about to fight some beast. So I know the action in the next episode is gonna be on point. Thank you. Oh yeah, and I also forgot to mention that during this episode, Kotis wanted to get Ain's attention just like Demirga is going, because Ain's always praises Demirga around them, and Kotis wants to be praised too. So he's trying to do the best he can to take out the Lizard Man. So I thought that was pretty cool, showing that the Guardians are willing to actually try to work as hard as they can so Ain's can acknowledge them, even though some of the things they doing are not morally right.